Welcome to the Four-Eyed Monsters video podcast, episode 7.
We have 3 songs in this episode, all by Paper Jones. That's all we have to say since
really
today.
When we first started dating, it was like that collaboration was kind of a new thing. So it was actually like an opening process. But then we became a couple and our system became closed. The most painful sound that you've heard. So we would bring in like these outside people and that would kind of open us up again. Sort of like how it was at the beginning of our relationship. So we would kind of use like these like sort of 3-way relationships to really like make some major leaps in our project.
But the problem with certain people was, if you give a mouse a cookie, he'll ask for a glass of milk.
Created, written, and directed by you two. Underneath, additional direction, additional writing by Brad Calcaterra.
Well, I think I was Googling Four-Eyed Monsters on a daily basis at that point. When I saw the blog, I sort of laughed. And then I said, fuck, we are fucked.
Do you remember when that day and I was like, Aaron, I am not answering the phone. And then you went to take a shit and that was when he called. So I had to answer the phone and I was like, Aaron, you better get out here right now.
I don't know. I just feel really bad that that's on there and I just want to apologize.
I don't care, Aaron.
I hear
now
you.
Now I want to know how this is going to be fixed.
I'm going to ask her to take it down.
And? I'm not okay.
It was very vague. I think it was just a line or something. It didn't name names or anything.
I'm not sure how anybody would have even known that was referring to you.
It would only have to be any person that I've told how wonderful the film is. And at one point, she needs to know, I need to know, and you need to know, and everyone else involved needs to know. It's not just me.
After the fact, people do need credit.
It's going to be more people coming out of the woodwork because it's not feeling good.
I'm not being credited for stuff that I feel clearly that I directed.
If Brad hadn't freaked out about his credits, do you think that it would have even occurred to Mark to be thinking about directing credits?
No, it wouldn't have. Like, he would have been happy to be in the film and just go out there, I think.
I agree that you're the creators, but I disagree that you're the directors and are being represented as the directors.
You did it to everybody. No one trusted the credit piece there at the end.
All I'm seeing is support.
Brad's feelings were hurt, and so being his friend, I wanted to honor that.
Their little cult get you all worked up.
That was a difficult time.
They began to feel like a conspiracy.
You can't have so much negative energy from an entire cast and crew and people about a piece of art. It's legal.
They all had tickets and were coming out to the festival.
There's no way a project can live through all that.
What is hurting in you and Susan here that's so painful? I'd like to just know here.
You hired them to come in and help this person find their emotional state or whatever.
We were afraid to tell Brad that he didn't deserve the credits he was asking for.
That's not directing. You guys are directing.
We failed to tell Brad that we could cut the scenes that he had helped with and give him no credit.
Because 80% of the hours logged on this were you guys.
The genius of anything that either stays in or gets cut isn't as important as the person that's making the decision whether or not it gets cut or stays in.
Please tell me so I know what you and Susan are emotionally upset with me about. I would like to know where I have failed you guys. Help me here. I'm at a loss.
I don't know, because I don't really see that there's necessarily a problem.
We decided it was in the best interest of the film
to just give them the credits that they were asking for.
That to me seems appropriate.
Because it was clear to us that after the festival, these relationships were over.
And I'm creating my robot, and we're all going to go on a plane together as robots.
The day of the world premiere, Joe came up to us and said that from this day forward, our lives were going to be different. Who knows? This might be just exactly what people need right now and says everything that people are feeling inside like needs to be said.
Maybe it could cause a sensation of some kind.
No one knew going into it what could happen.
The stakes were really high.
We were excited because everything got sold out.
One of these people might be someone that needs to see the movie, like a distributor.
We're having to give up our tickets.
So I gave up my ticket.
Mike, can you give me your tickets? Because there are 2 people here that need tickets. We're out of tickets. And he's like,
I'm not giving up my ticket.
Are you kidding me? No, I know this is wrong. I know I'm supposed to see the premiere of the film.
It's not happening.
We're spending all this money, and now we're also like buying tickets and giving them away. It was just weird.
There's all this drama beforehand, and then I think there was like a technical problem. Finally, everyone got let in.
Those of us who had given up our tickets were able to stand in the back.
This is the real film right here.
Everybody banding together and not being selfish. These people not giving up their tickets told us their personal experience was more important than the success of the film.
And then finally, okay, the movie kicks in, and then everyone's like quiet, and like my adrenaline started to rise, and like my heart was pumping.
And I was waiting to hear if everybody would laugh or like how everybody would respond.
And I suddenly realized, probably like in the first 10 minutes, that it was going over really well.
How do you think the audience responded?
I thought they loved it, didn't they?
wow, these people like this movie. That was the point I was most confident that you guys would get distribution.
Were you happy?
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, I gotta say,
I'm wondering if you were.
was I
And if you weren't, why not? I guess I'm wondering.
I just didn't feel like, cause I don't know, was I happy? Man, I don't know, that's a tough question.
Question, John?
Yeah, I've met quite a few people from this project in the last couple of days, and it seems like there was a lot of, like a strong element of collaboration in the project, and then it made me wonder, especially when you got to the editing, how did you decide to forward the story and craft the story?
That was so much of the Q&A about the ownership, and like, why can't we just talk about the film?
We had overheard Mark introducing himself as a director of our film.
Strangers, he was telling strangers, he said, I am the director of intimate scenes.
At one point, Monica introduced Brad and I to an agent as some of the directors.
The fact that there were so many people out there like presenting themselves as the directors of this film actually changed the message of the film.
So, was this autobiographical at all?
Which was supposed to be, yes, this is our real life.
The eventful act of discovering the storyline.
So there's so many of you, and I wonder how many came out. Did they have to see what was coming, what was building up to what they were doing?
How did this really come about so that what we saw tonight was what we saw?
It was beginning to seem like this was a work of fiction, and that we were only pretending to have made it.
Where did this all come from?
How could there be so many writers and directors for something that was real?
I sensed an uncomfortableness in the audience when you guys couldn't take full credit.
And just getting their feedback and then, kind of taking their feedback into, filtering it out and taking what we needed from that.
What they really wanted to hear was like, no, this is our film. We made it happen, and these are our ideas. And yes, just like any other film, there were other people involved, but we were the filmmakers. Watching the film, after having been so much drama about whose contributions are what, I have to sit there and think about, Brad worked on that scene, or I shouldn't feel too good about this scene because really, Aaron was kind of more the genius behind this scene. You know what I mean? It's like nickel and diming your own movie.
So we were unable to enjoy what we had created.
No one from the film industry approached us, and the excitement was basically over. Even though people liked it, it just didn't feel like anything substantial had happened. I just feel like there's nowhere this can go. A post-premiere depression set in.
I felt like I was not being appreciated.
You were on the stage, you were on the screen, you were at the parties. There were no parties for us.
I was feeling like, why was I even there?
The world premiere was not the shot heard around the world, and everyone's disappointment seemed to be directed towards us, because the credits we had given people still didn't garner them the attention that they had wanted.
Someone called a family meeting. Why they use the word family, I don't know.